everyone, Arlene here. Welcome back to my Country Craft Corner and Arlene's Travels. How in the world are you guys doing today? It is so good to see you again, and thank you so much for stopping back by to see what I'm up to. And what I'm up to today is I am still on board the Coral Princess, and we are still in Alaska. And today we are actually in Ketchikan, Alaska, and we were able to get off of the ship. And I'm going to show you pictures toward the end of this video of Ketchikan and what we did and what we saw here in Ketchikan, a bunch of selfies here in Ketchikan. And, but I have to be honest, a few harrowing days here aboard the Coral Princess. This has been one of those cruises that has, you know, it's like a one-off for me. You know, it's the way I explained it to Cheryl this morning as I was talking to her. I think I told you she's right next door, and we were out on our balconies this morning watching sailing here at Ketchikan, watching the eagles in the air, and we didn't take any pictures. We were just out there chatting and watching as we pulled into port this morning. But last we stopped, I believe we were in Glacier Bay, which was a beautiful day. And I wanted just to tell you up front here that this will be my last video on board the ship. We only have one more day. Tomorrow is a sea day, and then we will be traveling home on the next day. And so whatever videos you see after this, after this one, I will put up my outfit of the day video for my Panama Canal cruise, and then my outfit of the day video for the California coastal and Alaska cruise. And then I will also have my stateroom tour too of this stateroom here. But for me being on the ship as we're traveling home, I wanted to give you something to watch, you know, kind of while we're traveling home. And then something for myself to put up after we get home, because I'm going to need a little bit of time once we get home to, you know, kind of get myself situated in the house again and figure out what I'm going to do as far as on Arlene's Country Craft Corner channel, what I'm going to be doing, you know, to redecorate. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. I tell you the truth, I haven't thought about it, you guys. I've been really totally been on vacation, in vacation mode, as you guys have seen. So as I said, my last video ended in Glacier Bay. So the very next day we were in Sitka, Alaska, and it rained like cats and dogs all day long. So Chris and I did not get off in Sitka. We just didn't feel like we wanted to get off at all in Sitka. So we just kind of hung out and spent the day together and watching the people come and go, and just had a really relaxing day on board in Sitka. So anyway, here's my outfit of the day for Sitka. Looking like I am in Alaska, right? I have a pair of red slacks on and a blue ruffled top like this one, just like this one, only it's blue. And with a red, white, and blue, if you will, vest, which I just adore. The earrings that Barb gave me, the little ship wheel and anchor. Brighton earrings, my black necklace, look at that, and my medallion, and the same rings and necklace, or rings and bracelets and watch and everything. That evening we went to the Crown Grill. Cheryl, who as I said is our travel agent, she treated us to a dinner at the lovely Crown Grill, and here's some of the food that I had. I picked well, there's the menu. You can see the menu. And I picked the filet mignon and had, let me see, what did I have for dessert? Something with caramel for dessert. And I had a roll, I think. And I tell you, I had to run out of there pretty quick because my stomach was starting to flip and flop on me. And I was like, what is going on? Well, I got back to the room and I was not feeling too swift, you guys. And I don't think it was the Crown Grill. I think I just caught the stomach flu, honestly. And I'm telling you, I had one of the worst 24 hours I've ever had in my life, you guys. I have not been that sick since the girls were in school and they would bring home all the bugs, you know, from school, as all of us parents have certainly experienced. And I didn't know whether, excuse me for saying this, and I don't mean to be TMI, but didn't know whether to kneel or sit. And threw up many times through the night and the next halfway through the next day, and Thankfully, I had Imodium with me, so when I finally stopped throwing up, I did take some Imodium, and that seemed to settle everything down, honestly. Chris, bless his heart, kept bringing me ginger ale. That was the only thing that I really, I really, really wanted ginger ale. It really, you know, even if I threw it up, I still wanted it. It really quenched my thirst, you know. And of course, I kept hydrated and all of the things that you do, but I was one sick girl. So I literally missed Skagway and I missed Jayen's Alaska. Which, for any of you who know me, know that's one of the main reasons I love coming on an Alaska cruise, is because I love Jayen and I love doing her whale watch. She was so sweet, and to all the people, they took 3 of her boats out that day. Anyway, let me back up to Skagway. I wanted to let you know, I was literally sick in bed. I could not move out of the bed. I could barely move from the bed to the bathroom, you guys. It was tough going just to get that far. And when you see my room tour, you'll see it's not very far. Oh my God, I bruised my knees trying to, I was a mess. I was a mess. So anyway, Chris went into Skagway for me. Skagway is also one of my very favorite Alaska towns. He didn't really take any pictures when he was in town for me, but he did go to, this is why I wanted to show you, the Alaska, Farnan's Alaska Christmas shop, you guys. I highly recommend this shop. You cannot miss it. It's right down the main street in Skagway. If you are interested in handmade, made in Alaska ornaments, and I'm going to show you the ornaments that he purchased for us. And for those of you who know me, you know these will go on my blue and white Christmas tree. If I can find a picture of it, oh my goodness, that might be hard. But if I can find a picture of my blue and white tree, I'll put it right there so you can see what I'm talking about. For those of you who don't know, on my Arlen's Travels channel, I am a decorator, not educated, God-gifted, if you will, decorator. I can't get this out of the box, y'all. As I'm talking about my decorating. Oh my word, I cannot get this out of the box. Hang on, give me a second. It came in this beautiful velvet box. I just ended up opening up the lid. And here is the first one. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ornament. And it's got a nice, beautiful tassel on it. And it's got Alaska written on it. And look at the mountains, and then at the humpback whale breaching. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. I highly recommend this store, you guys. I really, really, really just love it. So if you're coming to Alaska, now I'm going to tell you straight out, these are not cheap. They are not cheap ornaments. They were made by Inner Beauty Gifts, Elegant Glass Gifts, hand painted from within. Inner Beauty Gifts, that's who made this. Actually, I don't know whether these were made in Alaska. I know they used to be. I'm assuming they still are, but if you want to look it up, you can. Anyway, so this was one of them. I don't know which is which. I'm going to assume this one was $39.95. So as I say, these are not cheap, but well worth it to me because I only get up here every so often, and I'm getting quite the collection here for my tree. So there's one of the ornaments. He picked us up 3. I think he took pity on his old poor wife, sick in bed. And then here is the next one. Look at these beautiful boxes. And this one is just says Alaska on it, and it's got sled dogs. Look at that. And then Alaska 2025. And this one I think was the cheaper of the 3. This one was $27.95. But look how pretty. So pretty. And then one more. Yeah, Alaska Eagle at Persis Clayton Wares. So I'm pretty sure these are all made in Alaska. At least they used to be. I wasn't in there talking to them, so. Okay, again, another beautiful box. And look, look, look. My husband has impeccable taste, you guys. That's for sure. And look at this. Oh my goodness. I barely saw this. He brought them in and showed them to me. And it's like I'm seeing them for the first time because I hardly remember what they looked like the other day. Look at that beautiful bald eagle. Oh my word. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm actually thinking of incorporating some green into that tree this year. And this will just be beautiful. Some sagey greens and stuff. And look at the Alaska. Look at that. How beautiful, huh? So, you know, Chris did go in town for me and pick up these. And town is very close. Skagway is certainly within walking distance of the ships, you guys. And they do provide a shuttle, I believe. I was so out of it. I'm so sorry. But I do believe they always have a shuttle that'll take, you know, folks over to Skagway and bring them back pretty much on a regular basis. You know, and I'm sure when you get here, you know, you will be able to figure that out without a problem in the world, you guys. So anyway, pretty much I was down for that day and that evening, and I knew that I would not be able to go to Jayen's. Now, to tell you why I knew, and to let you know, for those of you who might have mobility issues, and I don't have horrible mobility issues anymore, but I do have some. I cannot walk for very, very long distances. I can't stand for a very, very, very long time. I'm so much better now than I used to be, but I still do struggle a little bit. And that's why I bring my, you know, my scooter. So I knew that just getting from this stateroom down the length of the ship, which is, I knew she would be picking us up toward the front of the ship. We are in the aft. Even if I took my scooter and dropped it at Barb and Dawn's, which I'm sure they would not have mind, their room, they have an accessible room, and I'm sure they wouldn't have mind. They were about midship. So even walking midship to forward, down the gangplank, out to the vans, then getting in the van, and then out into the parking lot and down to her boat, which is about a 300-yard walk, I think she's described on her website, would have been too much for me. Plus, I was still so nauseous, you guys. And being on a little small boat on the water like that would not have been a good thing. I had not eaten anything pretty much up until that morning. I ate a tiny bit of breakfast, but it was, I'm fibbing. I had a half of a English muffin the night before, but I was still not good. So, but I was, you know, of course, told by everybody who went what a wonderful time they had and how wonderful Jayen was. I highly, highly recommend. Cheryl sent me some videos of of the whales and of the sea lions and how close the sea lions got to the boats. And Jayen will, if you have a bigger group than 6, she will, you know, if you can get her soon enough and book her soon enough, she will take out boats in tandem for you guys. And I highly, highly, highly recommend Jayen. She is so knowledgeable of the local area. And apparently she had a lovely little girl with her. Her name was Christine, who was apparently very knowledgeable about the wildlife and birds and everything. So I think the two of them made a fantastic team. So I highly recommend, highly, highly, highly recommend Jayen's Alaska to you guys. Even though I couldn't go, I'm hoping, we are actually coming back in September. So I'm hoping that Jayen will have maybe a couple spots for us. I hope anyway, on one of her boats on whatever day in September we're coming back. So that would be lovely. So anyway, of course I missed out. Of course I was sad, but somebody else got to go in my place. And that made it special for me that I knew somebody was able to go and have a good time because I didn't go, you know, so that was a good thing. So anyway, Jayen's Alaska was a hit, as she always is. In the meantime, I meant it back up to Skagway. Chris did see, we had a whale, which this is the first time I've really ever seen this. I meant to say this back when we were at Skagway. Sorry, I skipped ahead a little bit to Jayen's. We back up to Skagway just a minute and show you some pictures of the whale, the humpback, that was in the harbor right next to the ship. I never got out of bed that day to look exactly. We were at the ore dock, but you could see it from, there were other ships, and I saw other posts from those ships posting the same whale. That whale got around that day in the harbor in Skagway. So just here's some shots that Chris caught of that whale going under the boat and coming up the other side. And it was just having a heyday for itself just around here at in the harbor, you know, what the heck. It was fantastic. So let's see. So then the next day was Juneau. That morning, I have to say, I was still in bed, sick as a dog. Chris opened the blinds here, and right there, sitting pretty as a picture, I'm going to show you right now, was this. And I went, is that real? Is that eagle real? And Chris is like, I think so. Yep. It's moving. It's real. It's real. Oh my word. It was right there on that light post. Could not believe it. Right there. I could have reached out and touched it. Honest to goodness, I could have reached out and touched it. So he sat there for quite a little time looking at us like, what are you doing? Pulling in here to my town? What are you doing? You know, and a hint for when you pull into Juneau, you guys, you're going to have a wall of trees in front of you if you're on the port side. You're going to have a wall of trees, and walk out on your balcony or look out of deck 7 or out of the, you know, anywhere you are on the ship. Look out the port side and look for golf balls in the trees. And when you see that golf ball, you're going to know that that is the head of a bald eagle. So look for your bald eagles that way. When you see a sea of green, look for that ball, that white head, and you're going to see the bald eagle there. So, so look for that bald head like that right in the trees. It's awesome. So, okay, the end of Juneau was yesterday evening. Oh, here I did manage to get up and get myself dressed. Oh, that afternoon, and managed to do the room tour, if you can believe it. But wait till you hear the room tour. I sound like I'm dying in it. I'm like, I sound a mess. But at least I got it done. It's in the can. That's all I care about. Because I procrastinated this whole cruise and not done the stupid room tour. What the world? So anyway, I got it done. But this was my outfit yesterday. A pair of jean jeggings and a black t-shirt, because I wasn't going off the ship. Black t-shirt and that black plaid sweater, looking like Alaska, you know. Same earrings that I have on today are the hearts with that look like a plaid, and a black necklace, medallion, and actually the same jewelry. I'm wearing the same jewelry today. And I'll show you this outfit in a little bit. So I did manage, and yesterday was Mother's Day on board the ship here, and there were signs all around the ship, thank you, and I love you, Mom, and all kinds of beautiful little things about Mom's Day. Nothing, I didn't notice anything else around the ship, to be honest with you. I didn't go too far and wide. So I am not a good vlogger in this one to not be able to tell you what special things they did for Mother's Day, because I didn't kind of get around the ship. I apologize. So but yesterday evening, you guys, the sail away from Juneau was one of the prettiest things I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Oh my goodness, the sun was shining, the sky was clear, and you could see for miles upon miles upon miles. And we went through you know, all around Juneau, you're going to see whales. So always be watching when you're coming and going out of Juneau for humpback whales, even orca, but mostly humpbacks, and Dall's porpoises. Be sure to, and Dall's porpoises look like little orcas. And you could always tell the Dall's porpoises because they're making a splash for themselves. And there's always more than one splash, you know. But if you're looking for humpbacks, look ahead. Always look far ahead and look for their blow. Their blow can go 20 feet in the air, I think, something like that. And you can see, it looks like a mist in the air, and it's very distinct, and you can see it. So when you see that, start watching that spot, and you're going to start seeing that whale, the hump, you know, come up. And then now when you see their tail come up, you're going to know they're diving deep. So they're going to go down for their food or whatever. But you know, when you just see the mist and you see their hump coming, you know the whale is coming. But when his tail goes up, then he's going to go down. But we saw whale after whale after whale. I have not picture one, you guys. I'm so sorry. We were all sitting up in the buffet, right smack dab in the middle, right looking out the front window, and it was an absolutely gorgeous evening. You could see the snow-capped mountains and the whales coming, and the Dall's porpoises, and we didn't see any eagles. I have to say, we didn't see any eagles. So plenty of eagles here in Ketchikan today, though. Oh my word, tons of eagles here in Ketchikan. And then we came back to the room, and I literally sat here on the couch. Chris was sitting in the chair, and we were just watching the water and watching the whales continue to go by, and it was absolutely beautiful. And then the moon came out, you guys, and I'm sure I've been showing you some pictures, but my last picture of the evening was this beautiful picture of the moon on the water, and it was stunning, just stunning. Again, my words do not do Alaska justice, you guys. They just don't do the beauty that you just will feel in your very bones here in Alaska. I hear people who come up and go, I went to Alaska. I don't know. I don't know. They must just not have been outside looking, is all I can say. I encourage you. And I know I say this over and over again, and I know I sound like a broken record. And I know I say this, I've been saying this for years and years, for those of you who've been watching me. Alaska is my happy place. I don't ever want to, I have a hard time cruising other places away from Alaska because I love Alaska. There's not many other places in the world that you can go and look out your window and see a bald eagle or see a whale or a humpback whale or an orca. I haven't seen an orca on this trip. And it's just because I've been, I was sick with a cold on the Panama Canal cruise, and then I was sick with the stomach flu here on this one. And you know what, you guys, I just have to admit, it's been a tough, as you all know, year and a half for us here. And I'm not surprised that I'm not surprised that these couple of things have caught me. I've been very tired, and I'm working hard, and I needed this vacation. But sometimes when you work, and then you get on vacation and then you settle down, that's when things kind of catch up with you. And I think that's what's happened to me here, So anyway, last night was iconic for me, absolutely iconic. I absolutely loved it. Then this morning I got up and felt like a new woman. I feel like myself again. Oh my goodness, I feel like $1 million. We were pulling into Ketchikan, as I said, and first of all, we were up in the buffet and with Barb and Don and Cheryl, and we were watching, us pull in, sail in is really pretty, and you can see the population growing and growing and growing the closer you get, to Ketchikan. So Ketchikan's very colorful. It's kind of quirky. It usually is raining in Ketchikan. Today was the most beautiful day I've ever seen in Ketchikan. The Lord granted me this day, you guys. He did it just for me, but I kind of felt like that after the week I've had, So we went out and took some bunch of selfies that I'll share with you here, and just had a really good time shopping through the stores. And we walked back on Creek Street, and I'll show you pictures as we go. And again, Ketchikan is a iconic town here in Alaska, and it gets so much rain a year, and it's and Creek Street was the the ladies of the night kind of street, and that's also where the salmon run is usually in Alaska in Ketchikan. And we didn't see any salmon. It's too early for a salmon run today, so here in May. So at this time in May, it's very early in May. So, but we had a big time, ended up in the Tongass shop here next to the ship. We were in berth 3, I think 2 or 3 today. Holland America, the Zandam is in front of us. And I think that's in berth 1. We're in berth 2. And then the Caribbean Princess, which is the ship we're going to be on in September, is back of us here. So I'm excited to go on the Caribbean Princess. I've never been on her before. And she's just like the Star Princess used to be. The old Star Princess, which I loved, that ship. Anyway, and my outfit of the day is, as you can see here, well, when we were out, as you saw, I had a red vest on. That's a heavier vest. It's very windy in Ketchikan. Not too cold. It was in the 40s, I'd say, 50s, maybe low 50s, I'd say. Wind was blowing, hence my flat hair, but whatever. It's kind of cute. I kind of don't mind it like this. So, but Jean Jenkins, my red Fever Soul shoes, my red buffalo check looking like Alaska today shirt with the ruffles, and this black corduroy. This is a corduroy vest from Shein. That's where I got that. My medallion, same jewelry, bracelets and ring and necklace and earrings, as I just said, watch and wedding set and other rings. So, and that's it. And I think I've shown you everything here. I'm looking through my pictures to make sure I've told you everything. I did purchase the kids some things today, which I'll show you because I don't think they'll morphing in here with a little bit of footage. I said I was going to show you the t-shirts that I got for the kids and neglected to. Now our daughter I got her something different that I will tell you about later. But these are just for my daughter's significant other. His name is Sean, and our 3 grandkids. So let me show you. For Sean, we got this. He loves green. Green's his favorite color. So we got him this. Isn't that pretty? Nice t-shirt. He wears an extra large. So we got him that. And it was, oh gosh, I don't have my glasses, you guys. $16.99. $16.99 in the outlet. We got this at the outlet. One of my favorite shops. And then we got our oldest grandson, Samson, who is, we didn't think he would want like a bear or anything like that. So we got him just Alaska on his with a bald eagle. We thought he might like that. And this one was $16.99 as well. So those 2, and then for the 2 little dudes, we got them the same thing. And I'll just show you one. We got them the same shirt. This is Maverick. This is our grandson who's 4. So isn't that, and these are glow in the dark shirts with wolves, and $9.99. And we got Odin. This is Mavericks, and then Odin's is a little bigger. So we got the 2 boys the same thing. So that's what we got. The boys, and then we got Candace, our daughter, jewelry. We got her some jewelry from here on board. So, and that is it. That's all we got. So morphing back into our regularly scheduled programming. You guys have seen all of our selfies. Oh my gosh, I just love. Here in this selfie, there you can see Cheryl next to me there, and Barb in front of me. These 2 ladies, I'll tell you, very special ladies, very, very special ladies. I feel very, very fortunate to have these 2 ladies in my life. In fact, all the ladies, all of you ladies who I've met on this cruise, I have just adored every single one of you. Carrie, and I don't want to name everybody, Rebecca and Jill, and I don't want to name everybody because I'll forget somebody, Linda, and everybody. I'll keep naming, but I'm going to stop right now because I'll forget somebody and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So, but all of you ladies that I met, and you gents too, but you ladies, you know, I have a heart for the ladies. What can I say? You know, and girls, I tell you. And Dawn, you know, I hope everybody is feeling up to traveling home, and you know, all of that. I'm going to miss you guys. It's been so good to meet all of you. It's been so good to meet all of you. And again, I encourage anybody who might know me, if you see me on a ship, don't be embarrassed. I saw somebody and I have not had a chance. Please forgive me. I haven't had a chance to get back to any comments. As you now know why I've been so sick. But I will try to get back to them. And once you see my heart show up, you'll know I've read it and taken it to my heart, you guys. But I saw one of you say that, oh, you could never come up and introduce yourself to me. Don't be silly. Don't be silly. I'm just a real person. Like I said, I'm nobody special. Nobody special. I'm very approachable, as anybody will tell you. Very approachable. And I love to meet people. I love to give hugs. And if I love to hear that if just one thing I've said has made a difference in your vacation, in your life, in your decorating, in whatever aspect, wherever you watch me, if I, one thing I've said, if it's in my final words, or it's in how I, you know, when I talk about our vacations, or when I talk about my decorating or my crafting or this or that or the other thing, if I've said one thing that has made a difference in your life, I love to hear about it. I absolutely love to hear about it, because that makes everything worth my while to do. You know, it makes it worth it for me to do what I do, you guys. I love what I do. I love sharing my life. And I know I'm not the typical vlogger, the typical walking around with the camera in my hand, you know, that kind of thing. I'm not getting any younger, you guys. And for an old lady like I am to be doing this, I don't think I'm doing too bad. So, but thank you guys so much. I love every single one of you ladies that I've met here on the ship, all you gents too. Safe travels home. If I don't see you before you get off the ship and head to your respective towns, cities, states, and countries. I've met people from the UK. I've met people from Australia. I love meeting people from Canada, from the US, from all over the world. I love it. I absolutely love it. I can literally say we have friends from all over the world. How many people can say that? That's amazing to me, that we have friends that live all over this big world of ours. I mean, how lucky are we? How blessed are we, you know, to be able to say that? That just slays me sometimes when I think about it, you know? So anyway, I wanted to be sure to say something like that too, as I end this video. You know, it's been a joy and a pleasure to bring. I'm going to shut my computer so I stop looking at those pictures. I think I've shown you everything I need to show you. So let me just, you know, say a few things here. I'm already at over 30 minutes. I don't know whether I've cut it down at all, but you know, it's been a pleasure for me to bring you this vlogging in almost real time. I'm doing my best to bring it to you real time. It's difficult with, you know, the internet situation and everything, even though Medallion Net is phenomenal. But it's still, when I'm uploading a video, it's a little different, you know. So thank you guys so much for coming along with me on this long cruise and this journey. And I hope I've, you know, been able to entertain you just a little bit, or given you a tidbit of information that you might need for one of your upcoming journeys. So, you know, please do take a moment, if you wouldn't mind. I don't like to ask for subscribers too often, but please do subscribe if you would. I would love to have you either on my Arlene's Country Craft Corner channel or my Arlene's Travels channel. Be sure to check my Amazon box out too, if you like any of my clothes and stuff like that. You know, that's the only reason I tell you that, is you can, a lot of these things are available if you like something that you see. They do come in plus sizes. Ooh, I got to back up. I'm going to say something here and morph it in. Barbara, I need to back up and tell you about Sitka. Barbara found some really nice jackets at Sitka that are reversible, and that did come in very large sizes, although I saw large sizes here in Ketchikan too. I'm sure they have them in Skagway and Juneau as well. They are the reversible jackets, and I believe Barbara told me they were $39.99 in Sitka, or $2 for something, which I can't remember, but very reasonably priced, you guys. And they look lovely. And I'm able to find now the ship only goes up to a 3X as far as I know. I have not seen anything larger than a 3X on the ship. And just to tell you, the ship's jackets, again, the prices have gone up, you guys. They just have. They just have gone up. So to 80, I paid $80 with 10% off because of my elite status for that blue jacket of mine, you know. So just let you know. Maybe when I get home, I will show you. I bought myself a couple of vests too. I don't have pictures of myself in any of those vests though. I bought a pretty mint green vest and a purple vest, and I'll show you that another time. But you know, they're nothing major, and they were like, I think $30 here on board, something like that. So, but anyway, I guess that's it, you guys. I guess that's about all I have to say. I hate to end this because I've really enjoyed doing this, and I'm going to miss the Coral Princess. I'm going to miss everybody that I met. I'm going to miss being aboard. And I'm going to start yearning for Alaska the minute we leave her. You know, I just am. I just know it, because I love Alaska so much. But I got to get home. I got to get home and get started in my real life again, you know, and doing all the things I love to do at home. So, and we'll continue to share there with you. Now, my Arlen's channels, after my outfits go up and the room tour goes up, that'll probably go quiet a little bit till, September, and then we'll start up again with, I think, a California coastal and another Alaska. So hopefully I'll get to go on that, maybe a Jayen's whale watching or something like that, and show you more of Skagway on that one and things like that. So stick around, you guys. We got lots more coming up. Anyway, for now, I'm going to close and say thank y'all for stopping in here. For those of you that might be struggling or suffering with a catastrophic illness or chronic pain, or have suffered a great loss, I hope that you have someone there with you, taking care of you, helping you get through each day, making the very, very best out of each day. I hope there's nothing weighing on your minds or your hearts, pulling your attention away from where you want it to be or from where it should be. I love y'all to bits, to bits, to bits. Hugs all around, and I keep you in my thoughts and my prayers every single day. And with all of that said, I'll just say, until next time, traveling mercies to all of you who I've met here and who watch me and are going to be traveling to your respective, like I said, homes. Safe travels to all of you. Take care. Keep in touch. To all of the crew members here on the Coral Princess, thank you for your grace, your wonderful attitudes, your perfect service. Thank you for everything. Thank you to everyone who has touched our lives in this way. Thank you. Big shout out to Joseph. Big shout out to Maliati and Augustinus. They are our wait staff and our room steward. Thank you guys so much. The three of you men really made our cruise, and so many more that I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Anna Lynn. I mean, I could just go on and on and on. Thank you guys so much for all of your lovely Victoria, sweet Victoria from the Ukraine. Oh my gosh, you sweet, sweet, sweet lady. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. All of you kids, take care of yourselves. All right. I'll just say this until next time. Y'all take good care. Bye-bye.